Imagine a world where your voice isn't heard, where basic rights are out of reach simply because of your gender. For many women in early 20th century America, this was a harsh reality. But on August 18, 1920, a historic shift occurred that would change the course of American history forever. The journey to women's suffrage was long and arduous. Key figures like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton were at the forefront of this struggle. Anthony, a staunch advocate for women's rights, and Stanton, a brilliant organizer and writer, laid the groundwork for what would become a national movement. The fight for women's suffrage began in earnest in the mid-19th century. The Seneca Falls Convention of 1848, organized by Stanton and Lucretia Mott, was a pivotal moment, marking the first organized effort for women's rights. The convention produced the Declaration of Sentiments, which boldly called for equal rights, including the right to vote. As the decades passed, the suffrage movement gained momentum. In 1869, Wyoming became the first territory to grant women the right to vote, a significant milestone that inspired other states. By the early 20th century, suffrage activists had established organizations like the National American Woman Suffrage Association, NAWSA, which worked tirelessly for the cause. The push for a federal amendment gained significant traction during the early 1900s. After years of lobbying and protest, the suffragists' efforts culminated in 1919 when Congress passed the 19th Amendment. The amendment was sent to the states for ratification, and the final step required approval from 3/4 of the state legislatures. On August 18, 1920, the 19th Amendment was officially ratified, granting women the right to vote. This momentous event was the result of decades of tireless activism and sacrifice. Women across the nation celebrated this hard-won victory, which marked a significant turning point in the struggle for gender equality. The ratification of the 19th Amendment was more than just a legal triumph. It was a profound shift in American society. It represented a step towards greater equality and opened doors for future activism. Women could now participate more fully in the political process, setting the stage for subsequent movements aimed at achieving broader social justice. However, the journey was far from complete. While the 19th Amendment granted voting rights, many women, especially women of color, continued to face significant barriers to full participation in civic life. The struggle for gender equality and civil rights continued, demonstrating that the fight for justice is ongoing. The passage of the 19th Amendment remains a powerful testament to the impact of perseverance and advocacy. It reminds us of the progress made and the continued work needed to ensure that everyone's voice is heard. As we reflect on this historic achievement, we honor those who fought for equality and continue to build upon their legacy.